Thank you guys for tuning in to Blacklisted and Max. I appreciate you guys following the channel. That's old and new. You could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you choose here to be with me. Thank you. Highly appreciate it. Thank you for giving me your time. Today I'm going to be covering the news as I always do, but this news will be more based on injuries. There's a lot of guys who are out with injuries right now, and that's 250 and 450, East and West. So I'm going to go over this list of injuries because when I started writing all these guys down who had injuries, the list just seemed to get longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. I know I'm probably missing some guys on here, but I'm just going to cover the bases. And maybe you guys missed out on some of these. Maybe you guys are wondering where some of these riders are and they're out, or maybe you missed a couple rounds and you didn't know that these guys were out with injuries. So we're going to cover some of these guys and just go from there. So I want to start it off with Honda's press release. They made a release on Hunter Lawrence. It really didn't say too much what was going on with him. Just said he needs a further evaluation. As we know, he went down in Tampa, but when he got up, wasn't looking too good. Got up very slow, limped off, didn't make his return. So we're waiting to see what happens with Hunter. Wish him well, wish him luck. Hope he has a speedy recovery. We all know what's going on with his brother Jet. He's got a torn ACL and a tear in his meniscus, so he's definitely done. Then you also got Joe Shimoda with two broken fingers, and he's riding injured. So um, that's the Honda boys. You know, they're it's like they suffered a blow. But then you get down to the Kawasaki guys, and they suffered a major blow as well. You got Cameron McAdoo who's riding, but he's got a torn ACL, which I don't see how the hell he's doing it. You know, with these torn ACLs, you need to be sitting out letting it heal because if you dab that knee or twist that knee again, it's done. You know, you could re-tear it and then be sitting out permanently. But he knows his pain level. You know, he knows his comfort level, so he knows where he should be on and off the bike. But I wish him well. I hope he does all right and doesn't get any further injuries on that knee or any injuries at all because riding with a torn ACL has got to be one of the toughest things to probably do, man, to be honest with you. And then you got Drew Adams with all these pro circuit guys out, you know, with injuries. He kind of had Drew Adams on the reserve, brought him in, and he ended up breaking his collarbone. So he's out. You know, so pro circuit is kind of struggling. Um, Time Master Pool, he's out with a broken hand. There's a lot of things going on, man. That's just the basics of everything right now. Then you also got MXGP World Champion George Prado, who went down, had a surgery, had a shoulder problem, ended up needing shoulder surgery, so he's out indefinite. Don't know when he'll be making his return, but he's got to get used to these Supercross boys and that speed and these tracks. It may take him some time to do it, but he hasn't been having the best of luck racing here in the States. So hopefully he'll have a speedy recovery as well, and we'll get to see him be able to fully perform when he's ready. Um, we're gonna head down to the Yamaha guys. Christian Craig, he was supposed to make his return in Tampa. He didn't return in Tampa, but he said he's not going to return for about another week or two because he didn't want to return unless he was 100% fully healed. Meanwhile, he'll be training Deegan. I love to see Christian Craig come back. He's one of those riders who's got a lot of finesse, a lot of style. Miss him in the sport of racing. Be good to see him back on the starting line. So hopefully we can see him maybe this weekend. If not, who knows? But be looking forward to him sooner or later. Pierce Brown, man, another Yamaha guy, dude. I hate to say it, but he ended up breaking his vertebrae, his T5, which is not a good injury. And I heard on one report that he may not even make it back into racing. But I'm not going to go off that. I'm just going to go off the press release from Yamaha, and they basically said that he had his surgery and he's basically healing up, ready to return to racing. When is that going to be? Who knows? Let's just see what happens with Pierce Brown. I wish him the best. Hope he covers as well, recovers really well as also. Eli Tomac, you seen what happened to him this past weekend as well. I don't know if he dabbed his foot, did something with his Achilles heel, but he definitely got off the bike limping. They're not really saying too much as of now. He made the main, but you know, I think he got like 17th, if not mistaken. So evidently that injury had to be pretty good. We'll see what happens this weekend if he's going to line up. Don't know. Not much has been said as of now. So let's sit back and see what happens with Eli. I hate to say that. I hate to see something like this happen with Eli. You know, everybody loves Eli. He's one of those 450 guys you kind of root on, and he's fast, and he's been in the game for a while. But when you get older, these injuries become more often than they need to. Um, but he's still got a lot of fight in him. He's still a top dog, and I like to see Eli 100% healthy and back on the bike racing. Then you got Triumph. You got Jalik Swall. Of course, he's out with an Achilles heel. And you got to remember, guys, these things take almost like these Achilles injuries. Sometimes they take up to a year to heal. So depending on your doctor, your rehabilitation, and how your body's basically healing. Don't know when to expect him back, but he's definitely gone all for Supercross, maybe even for outdoors. We'll see what happens when Team Triumph makes some updates. But as of right now, he's definitely out. Then you got Husqvarna, you got Styles Robinson because Stewart, congratulations on your win this weekend, man. But he's the lone catalyst right now in that Husqvarna pitch. You got Styles Robinson, who's out with an injury, which took place in San Diego. But I don't know when he'll make his return. We'll see what happens. And then you got Ryder DiFrancesco. Ryder DiFrancesco, I like to say read it. Ryder DiFrancesco. I was corrected on that last name, but maybe it's Chesco. Anyhow, you guys know who I'm talking about. But he suffered it in a practice crash. He went down in a practice crash, got an injury. Didn't say what the injury was. I don't know as of yet, but once I do, I'll let you guys know. But he's out, and we don't know when he'll make his return. But man, there's a lot of guys that I just kind of covered. It's Hunter Lawrence, Jet Lawrence, Joe Shimoda, Cameron McAdoo, Drew Adams, Ty Masterpool, Christian Craig, Chris Brown, Eli Tomac, Jalik Swoll, Styles Robinson, Ryder DiFrancesco. Now, that's a lot of guys. And I didn't even cover all the guys. I'm sure there's guys on some of these privateer teams and some of these other race teams that are out with injuries that I didn't even cover. But that's just the logistics of what's going on because this 2025 season has been a banger. And literally. And so I don't know if it's the bikes, I don't know if it's the tracks. Are they making these tracks a little bit more difficult? Are these riders pushing their limits a little bit more because there's a lot of new guys coming to the game and they just kind of ride balls out, and all these other guys who've been in the sport, are they trying to push themselves to that level as well? Um, I don't know what it is, man, because a lot of these guys are out injured right now. So that's just basically what I wanted to cover. Uh, Catch you guys up to speed on that. Um, but you guys know my motto. Until next time, I'm Demond from Blacklisted. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Helps the channel's growth and algorithm. I'm trying to push this channel in a positive way. A lot of good moto content coming your direction. So help support the channel by hitting that subscribe button and leaving comments. All is highly appreciated. I'm Demond from Blacklisted. Peace.